$59 Strat from eBay, plus the $90 premium loaded pickguard? Hey guys, welcome back to the Bald Shredder channel, and yeah, you heard me right. I am going to install that $90 premium loaded pickguard onto this $59 cheap Strat copy. Now this guitar is not new. I've actually had it for quite a while, and it's already made a couple of appearances right here on my channel. It did have the white pickguard with the 3 single coil pickups. Just a straight up regular single coil pickup in the bridge position kinda just doesn't cut it for me. So when I saw that loaded pickguard on Amazon from Musiclily, and I saw that, yeah, it's got an Alnico 5 high output, full size humbucker in the bridge position, I was like, oh yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and open up the box and take a closer look at the pickguard, the electronics, all that stuff, and all the other stuff that comes in the box with it. Here we go. All right, first of all, guys, it comes packaged really well. A lot of foam protection and a nice Musiclily box, and then of course it was in another Amazon box because it shipped from Amazon. On the top here, you've got like the wiring diagram that shows you where all the wires go. Really, you only need to connect 3 things. It's like a couple of grounds and then the live wire to the jack, and that's it. All right, let's see what we got. Taking off the top layer here. And then of course here is the loaded pickguard. And you can see the arrangement. We've got the full-size humbucker and then a single. Now, according to the specs on Amazon, all of these pickups are Artec pickups. Yes, this is a Musiclily product, but they're Artec pickups. This one, all 3 of them are supposed to be Alnico 5. This one is listed as a high output. It says it's got an output of 16.8K, which is really great. I'll test it, of course. And then these 2 single coils you're gonna get more of your actual like real Strat sounds because they're like 6.4 or 6.5, something like that. But of course, I will test them after I install it. Pretty standard setup here, 1 volume, 2 tones, and then the 5-way switch. Now let's take a look at the backside. Check this out, guys. Check it out. Look at that. I mean, it says premium, and it really is. And I'm not exaggerating here. I mean, just look at how professionally it's done. Look at the size of the pots. Not only are they the big size, the full size pots, but you can see that they are the quality pots and not the cheap ones. Now the switch, as I said, it's a 5-way switch. This is a made in Korea switch. So again, a better quality switch. And even the wiring, guys, it's that braided wire. It's not the cheap plastic wiring that you see in a lot of these like import guitars. So it does really look nice. It does look great quality. Of course, it's gonna depend on how it sounds, but based on my experiences from Musiclily pickups, I'd say it's probably gonna sound really good. And although I got the cream one, guys, it does come in several other colors. And of course, I'll have the link down in the video description so you can check those out. Well, let's see what else is in the box. Because it's not just that, guys. As if that was like not enough. It is enough, but you get extra stuff. I was not even expecting this. When I opened the box, I was like, what is all this stuff? So let's see. The back cover plates for, to cover the springs from the trem. I can't believe this. I've never seen this before. They give you 2 different plates, depending on which style you want. The open one and then the one with just the 6 holes for the strings. So I don't know which one I'm gonna go with, we'll see. Then they give you some options, check it out. They give you different covers for the 2 single coil pickups. They give you 2 black ones and 2 white ones in case you wanna change the colors of the 2 single coils. Of course, you can't change the humbucker. And to go with those, if you decide to like change those up, it also gives you black knobs, all 3, and white, all 3, right? And then you've got all the screws and stuff, of course, to attach it to the guitar. And it even comes with the little jack, not the jack plate, but the jack that you're gonna wire those wires to. And then, what else do we have in here? Okay, so it comes with a black switch chip if you want to change it to black. And then of course, like all Musiclily stuff, it's got the Musiclily guitar pick. Okay, well, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to install this on the guitar. Let's get to it. Alright guys, it's installed. It's on there, it's connected, it's good to go. So we're gonna jump right into the samples now because you guys need to hear these pickups. Oh my gosh, wow, they really sound fantastic. And after we listen to it, I have to tell you guys about a major boo-boo that I made on this guitar while installing this loaded pickguard. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I'll tell you guys about it in just a minute. Let's check out the samples. Alright, so what'd you guys think? I think they sound really good. And I did check the output just to confirm. I know it's listed on Amazon, but I wanted to confirm. So the bridge humbucker, full-size humbucker, Alnico 5, output was like right around like 15.4, 15.5K. And then both of the single coil pickups, also Alnico 5 pickups, they were both like right around 6.4K. And what I like about this setup is that I've got that full high output humbucker in the bridge to get those great 80s tones, the shredding and all that stuff. But then I've also got these sort of, lower or medium output single coils in the neck and the middle position that I can get more of your traditional Stratty sounds. And that's what kind of appealed to me when I first saw this. I was like, well, that's really cool because you can do a lot of stuff with this. And for those of you that are like a purist and you're like, no man, I gotta have single, 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 they do have that. They've got basically the same setup, same pick guards, same pots, wiring, very, very premium, done well. But instead of the full-size humbucker, they've got that single coil. And still Alnico 5, everything the same, just instead of the humbucker, a single coil. And they also have versions where it's the same thing, all the same stuff, same pickups, but the humbucker, it has the chrome cover on it. And I'm gonna have links for all three of those down in the video description. Okay, so what did I mess up on when I installed this on the guitar? So we need to remember that this was a $59, very inexpensive guitar that I got on eBay. And when I went to fit the pickguard and the pickups and everything, fit it on the guitar, it wouldn't quite fit. It was just like a tad too big, sort of over in this region over here where the pots are. And so I thought, okay, I'm gonna get out my little $10 Dremel and just kind of shave away some of that wood on the inside there and get it to fit. And I tried that for a few minutes and it still wasn't fitting down in there. There was still something like in the way of one of the pots. So I Dremeled a little more and it still wasn't working. And then I thought, you know what? This is taking too long. I got impatient. That was my first mistake. So I thought, why don't I just get out my 1/4-inch trim router, right? And it'll be done in like 10 seconds. Just shave away some of that wood. But then in my mind, I thought, before I did it, I thought, wow, if I do that, I'll bet I'm gonna end up going too far, taking away too much of the wood, and the pickguard won't cover it, and you'll see a gap or something. And then I went, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Let me just grab that trim router. And guess what happened, guys? Had the trim router in there, it was going good. And yes, I did draw a guideline. I took like a red Sharpie and drew a line on there and it's like, okay, don't go past that line. And then I'm routing and all of a sudden, a little bit of oops. A little slip. That's all it took. Oops. And now there's this little gap here between the pickguard and the body because I routed it too far. Now, just to be clear, guys, this is not the fault of the pickguard. It is 100% my fault. I can't believe how stupid I was. I mean, I literally ran the scenario through my head thinking, if I do it with the trim router, I'm gonna go too far and there's gonna be an open spot that the pickguard doesn't cover. And then I went ahead and grabbed the router and did it anyway, and then I did exactly what I told myself that I was gonna do. Is that like manifest destiny or something like that? Anyway, guys, it's not really a big deal. It's only a tiny little gap, and I'll bet a lot of people wouldn't even notice it like right away unless I pointed it out. And this brings up another important point. This is why I am so in favor of getting budget guitars. And if you're doing like, parts casters or working on your own guitars, why I'm really in favor of just using really inexpensive stuff. Because when you make a mistake like that, you're like, oh well, it was a $59 guitar. I mean, like, who cares? No big deal, right? But imagine if this was a $2,000 Fender Strat or even more money than that, and you did that, and you'd be like, oh, I just ruined my $3,000 guitar! Oh no! Okay, so enough about that, but anyway, back to the pickguard, guys. It sounds fantastic. I love the sounds of these pickups. I really liked the sounds that I got out of all three pickups on, the different kinds of settings, the high gain, the light gain, the clean. I think you can really do a lot with this. And I am so impressed with this whole setup, and it's just so fantastic that there's no way that I can leave this on this $59 guitar, especially with that little boo-boo that I did. I mean, the neck on this guitar is okay, but it's not great. And really, I want this on a guitar that is like 100% great. So that means I need a thinner neck with better fretwork and better tuners, better bridge, and then a body without a gap, of course. So at some point, this loaded pickguard will be making its way onto a much better guitar. I don't know when that'll be or how I'll go about it. Maybe at some point I'll get another kind of like Strat copy in the sunburst color and then I can transfer it over to there. Or maybe I should have IYV make me a nice sunburst body and a neck, and then I could put it on there and then it would just be like absolutely killer. We'll see. All right, guys, so that pretty much does it for the Musiclily Pro loaded pickguard with the Alnico 5 R-Tech pickups. And as I said, I'm gonna have the link for this and a couple other loaded pickguards down in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oops.